Is DaBaby really broke? Hey guys, today we're going to know if DaBaby is really broke. Let's get right into it. DaBaby's name is well known in the music industry, and his talents and contributions to music are undeniably significant. Despite having been heavily involved in music since a young age, the 29-year-old star burst onto the scene in 2019 after releasing his first studio album and signing with Interscope Records. His meteoric rise to fame was brief. DaBaby was able to release one album after another while maintaining a rigorous touring schedule. Just as he was reaching the pinnacle of his career, he suffered a series of setbacks and misfortunes that have jeopardized not only his $5 million, but also his ability to generate future earnings. DaBaby has been cancelled, according to Digital Music, and his name has been mentioned on social media for all the wrong reasons. This is the tale of DaBaby's ascension and fall. The artist known to fans as DaBaby rose to prominence in mainstream society in 2019, but his rise began much earlier, with tireless work behind the scenes. Jonathan Lindale Kirk, who began playing music at a young age, was once known as Baby Jesus, before deciding that name was too religiously controversial for some fans. By the time he changed his name to DaBaby, the Cleveland, Ohio native had already released a number of mixtapes and was aggressively promoting himself, hoping for his big break. Legit reports that his debut mixtape called Nonfiction was released in 2015 and was soon followed by God's Work mixtape series, Baby Talk mixtape series, $1 Billion Baby, and Back on My Baby Jesus shit. DaBaby signed with Interscope Records in January 2019 and his life was forever changed. He began to earn millions of dollars and his net worth grew exponentially. His first studio album, Baby on Baby, was released under his new label and peaked at number 7 on the Billboard 200 charts. Riding the wave, DaBaby released the album Kirk, which propelled him to the top of the charts. DaBaby rose to meteoric fame and quickly became a household name. Fans loved his hit singles Shug, Bop, and Intro, and DaBaby continued his rise to fame by releasing another album that same year, Blame It on Baby. The album skyrocketed with massive hit singles, Rockstar, featuring Roddy Ricch, and spent an incredible 7 weeks at the top of the Billboard Hot 100. DaBaby, now known for his flawless flow and signature style, was collaborating with megastars such as Dua Lipa, Drake, Lil Baby, Megan Thee Stallion, Quavo, Post Malone, and Camila Cabello, to name a few. DaBaby's tour schedule was as packed as the crowds at each concert, and he finally reached that tipping point of fame. Money was pouring in faster than he could keep track of it, sitting at the top of his game, and right before he was just about to soar, things started to turn in a very different direction. Unfortunately, 2020 did not treat DaBaby as well as 2019. He started out strong, but the global pandemic forced the live entertainment industry to close down within 3 months. DaBaby continued to pump out hits and produce music at the peak of his career, but the majority of his income was tied to live tours, streaming of his tunes by the fans he connected with through his performances, and the sale of merchandise. All of this came to a halt thanks to COVID. After a long journey that included lockdowns, quarantines, masking restrictions, and a completely different way of life, DaBaby emerged from the pandemic with a renewed outlook and energy, ready to unleash on his live audience once more. Fans waited in line to see him perform at the Rolling Loud concert, unaware that they were about to witness the moment DaBaby fell from grace. DaBaby made remarks about people living with AIDS and those who were HIV positive while speaking to the crowd that were highly offensive to the LGBTQ+ community. It didn't take long for DaBaby's fans, who had once loved and adored him, to abandon him. Immediately following his homophobic comments at Rolling Loud, the world watched in complete and utter dismay as every successful avenue DaBaby had established for himself came crumbling down around him. Now, in an interview with Hot 97's Ebro, he reflected on all of the opportunities he had missed since his comments, and he estimates that they total about $100 million in lost profit. He said, "I'm not into all the conspiracy theories, this and that, until you see it really cost $100 million within a year's span." He would go on to say that his remarks would not have been as memorable if he had not brought embattled music star Tory Lanez on stage at a time when the Megan Thee Stallion incident was still fresh in people's minds. He also stated that he had no intention of antagonizing Megan. It's worth noting that DaBaby previously stated that he had lost around $30 million as a result of his comments. He said, $20 to $30 million that I would have had before the ball dropped, adding, "I had $30 million worth of shows on the schedule before December 31st. He was planning to take his millions and buy a private plane, but he had to delay his purchase. He said, "God didn't want me to have my plane yet." While his bank account may have taken a hit, DaBaby is confident he will bounce back. He said, "I still have the platform, the voice, the talent, the hustle, the drive, the hunger to still do anything I did all over again." That's all for today, and we'll be sure to catch you all in the next one.